Thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin. Welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we are working on an apartment renovation, and you may have just seen a little trick that I use, and I'm going to tell you about it really quick because it happened real quick right off the bat, didn't it? So with the T.O.O.L mod by Twisted Mexi, you can do this little trick with windows in apartments. Because some of you may know you can't change these windows, and it's annoying. Sometimes the placement doesn't fit for what you're going for, what your floor plan. Sometimes the windows just aren't a vibe for your builds, you know? So with the T.O.O.L mod, you can definitely get rid of the old ones, clicking them off the wall, and then adding the new ones. I'm very bad at explaining things, but if you ever want a tutorial, let me know. Maybe I can make one, but you can also definitely find others on the interwebs. Anyway, how the heck are you guys today? I hope you are doing fan-freaking-tastic. At the time of recording this voiceover, I am in the middle of a 3-day weekend here in the US thanks to Labor Day. It's pretty much like our last hurrah for summer and all that good stuff, but we do get an extra day off work. So I am squeezing as much Sims time in as I can, as much content editing as I can, to hopefully get a good head start for the rest of the year, you know? Trying to plan out content for the rest of September, and then October, where we're definitely going to be doing like fall builds and spooky builds. So if you have any spooky build suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. Do you want to see like a certain occult, a certain vibe? I mean, we know it's going to be spooky, but let me know and I will definitely try and get to it. So that first bit of the living room that you just saw, that is no longer in existence. It wasn't really matching the vibe I felt like I wanted to go to. I came into this build thinking Pinterest perfect apartment, right? Because on Pinterest everything just looks so clean and decorated and gorgeous, right? So that was my goal here, and the original darker tones I was going for, I was like, I'm not feeling it. However, I kept it in there because I thought I was onto something, but it just wasn't gonna fit for what I was trying to do because I wanted to do like lighter colors. So that's that. Right now I moved the living room over here, but I'm gonna move it back to the other corner and put a dining table here in front of these bookcases. That is something I want to do in my own home. My boyfriend and I were literally just talking about it, that we have like this nice wall space in between two windows where we want to build custom bookcases, because between the two of us we have tons of books and not enough space for it. Most of my books, 95% of my books, are in suitcases down in the basement. It's so sad. They don't belong down there. They belong to be on display and in their full beautiful glory. I am currently in my bookworm era again. I used to read a ton in high school. It probably started waning off after high school, like once college and getting a job and, you know, having real life responsibilities really hit. I didn't read as much for fun, but I've mentioned it too in the last video. I'm back and I am loving it. So I'm not going to talk too much about what I'm reading, but yeah, it's been fun. So I definitely wanted to make sure there were lots of books in this apartment. And yeah, what else? I don't think I ended up calling it Pinterest perfect apartment, because at the end I was like, I don't know if it's Pinterest perfect. It's cute, but I'm not sure if it's Pinterest perfect. So I believe I end up just calling it a small family apartment, and you can fit up to 4 Sims in here, and I did put stuff for a kitty cat because I feel like in The Sims it's much easier to have a cat as a pet when you're living in an apartment versus a dog. And honestly, I can attest to that as well, because I was living alone for a while and I only had my cat, even though I had shared ownership of 2 dogs with my boyfriend, who was, you know, living with his parents, but they had like an actual house with a yard, and it was so much easier. It just made sense. Like, you guys stay there, I'll come and visit pretty much weekly, and it was what it was. But having a dog in an apartment just seems like a lot of work, especially when you don't have like fair use of the yard. But here I am rambling while the build is going along. Here we are in the kitchen, and I felt like this was very cute. I don't use the Parenthood counters and cabinets too often, but they are probably one of the better cabinet and counter combo options in the game. Although I almost did use the Horse Ranch ones, because the textures are just perfect, but I also did not think it fit the vibe for this apartment, but I felt like these do. And since we were going for a family apartment anyway, it just made sense to add some parenthood. It is Parenthood, right? I keep wanting to say Parent Trap, but that's a whole freaking movie. Ugh. My brain sometimes, I don't understand how it functions. But we are adding a little bit of clutter. We definitely wanted to make sure it looked pretty lived in. We got some dishes here next to the sink. I love this little snack box from the Everyday Clutter Kit. It's perfect. I use it almost in every build. And even though we have a full dining space, I wanted to put like a little breakfast nook table or something to sit at. Maybe you're in the middle of cooking and you want to sit down at the table, work on something else while you're, multitasking, because same, that I do that all the freaking time. I like to like boil water and then sit down nearby and just open up my book and just kind of wait, and then freak out because I'm like, oh my god, I haven't checked the water. And then I just barely get it. But that's a little look into my life, I guess. Here we are working on the bathroom. So since I did imagine some kids here, while I use kid beds, well, it could be a child or teens, but if you wanted to change that up and you have like pretty young kids, you definitely want to make sure you have a tub, right? So that you can bathe your infants and toddlers and all that good stuff. Or even if you opt to go with a small dog or something in this apartment, then that option's there. But we definitely leaned into like the light greens in here, and I thought it was pretty pretty. And a little cluttered, because sharing one bathroom with 4 people is a nightmare. And I know, because I used to share a bathroom with 5 people growing up. Yeah, but my mom was really good about making sure she planned out our bathroom schedules every morning. I think I've talked about that in another video too. So, I mean, it explains a lot, I think. I think I told her that too, because if something in my plan changes because of someone else, I get so annoyed. Like, I get overwhelmed and aggravated and moody, and it happens so many times with my boyfriend because his family is really good at making those last minute plans, and then like all of a sudden I'm like, wait, no, I was gonna play Sims all day, and he was like, oh no, we're gonna have dinner at my parents'. I'm like, what? Like, I get so annoyed, and I'm working on it, because I mean, I don't want to always be annoyed, but I also want to make time for family and his family and things too. So I'm getting there. I'm sharing a lot today, guys. Wow. So here is the parents' bedroom. We definitely wanted to keep the bright, pale, like, vibe going on to match the rest of the house. We've got this, is that Season's bed? Yes, I think that's Season's. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a Season's bed, and it just looks so fluffy and so comfy, cozy with all the pillows. I love me some pillows. And yeah, that's basically it. But we're gonna get another dresser in here, I think. And do I put a TV? I do. I think that's important if you're in a small space like this, sharing a lot of space. You might not always want to watch stuff in the living room because maybe someone else wants to watch something else, or even though in the kids' bedroom they also get a TV, they actually have this full like TV bookcase set up from the Tiny Living stuff pack, and I thought that was pretty cool. But here I'm trying to figure out what to do with this wall, right? Because I feel like this room needed a little bit of something, but I didn't know what. So I put this wainscoting, whatever the freak you want to call it, and I just try to add some things. But now I'm playing with some different wallpaper to kind of make it pop a little bit. I think I stick with this Realm of Magic with the flowers on it. But I'm literally trying every wallpaper, and I thought about doing it for the whole room, but we didn't go that route. But we're moving on, finally, to the kids' bedroom. I imagine 2 girls, but it could change. You could alter things up. I wanted to do those, but I also felt like it didn't fit with the vibe of the apartment as a whole. So I think I grabbed beds from the high school years pack and use a swatch. This one, I feel like I use this swatch pretty often. It's a really pretty bedspread. Like, I would love that bedspread in real life. I really would. But, and then I think do I keep this rug? I might. I think I keep this one. Yes, and we're just gonna clutter it up here. I tried to make, like, both kids have, like, similar but little different personalities. Not too different, but similar enough where it makes sense that they're kind of in close quarters and that they have some similar hobbies or interests. We're going to put a bunch of posters up here around this moon mirror, which is super, super pretty. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we're supposed to be getting some kind of Sims announcement, hopefully. I think they owe us a couple kits, maybe. I feel like I've seen that on Twitter or X. It'll always be Twitter, guys, okay? But yeah, it's like, I think we're missing a couple things, but summer's almost over. So at least in the Northern Hemisphere, we've got a week or 2. Yeah, about 2 weeks before we have like our official first day of fall. So we're gonna be getting something soon, so I guess keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out, and maybe by the time I'm doing a voiceover for our next video, we'll have something to chat about, and you know, you guys can let me know what you think of what's coming in The Sims 4. But also, I wonder what the fall is gonna bring. I hope we get something spooky. Like, I know we got like paranormal. That was the best stuff pack. Oh my god, and then stuff packs disappeared forever. Anyway, we're at the end of the video. Let me know how you guys enjoy this build, and I will talk to you next time. Enjoy the video tour and screenshots and things. Alright, bye!